Begin.
According to the Humane Society, in 2012, about 62% of American households had at least one pet. While almost everyone knows about your everyday pets, such as a cat or a dog, do we really know much about the more exotic pets that some American families own?
There are many popular rodents, insects, birds, and other strange or uncommon exotic animals that many people enjoy keeping as pets. Our goal in this speech is to inform you about the numerous exotic pets you may have never heard about. Rodents are one popular group of exotic pets. One popular exotic pet is one popular rodent is a guinea pig. According to 50 fun facts about guinea pigs for kids, the guinea pig comes from South America. It was in the area of Peru and Bolivia in the Andes Mountains. They were originally kept for food, but eventually they kept them for pets for their children. For males, they are called boars, and for females, they are called so. A baby is called a pup. They are vegetarians. This is useful because there aren't many smaller animals in them where they live. There are many predators. The guinea pig will grow at the largest body shape after 14 months to be 8 inches to a foot long and weigh up to 1,200 grams. They love company and are very social. Guinea pigs purr when they are excited and squeal when they are frightened. Guinea pigs are smaller pets, but they require plenty of time, space, effort, and human interaction. All of this causes them to be happy. If you are willing to do all this, you will be rewarded with a happy, healthy, and very fun guinea pig.
Another exotic pet rodent is the capybara. And here we have a picture of the capybara, in case you've never seen one, from porfel.co.uk. While they may look like a mix between a beaver and a pig, as you saw in that picture, they are actually the largest rodent in the world. They are on average 4 feet long when fully grown, and a fully grown capybara usually weighs around 100 pounds. These creatures are native to South America, and since they are a rodent, they are actually closely related to the guinea pig. Capybaras usually travel and live in small groups of about 10 while they're in the wild. And in these groups, they are extremely vocal animals, as throughout the day they bark, growl, and yelp to other capybaras around them. And even though they are a rodent, they can be trained, as shown when a Suriname blind man actually trained his capybara as a guide animal. So it'd be like a guide dog, typically here, but he trained a capybara as that. And a capybara can take a lot of work and time if you wish to keep one as a pet. They need a lot of attention, and you have to spend a lot of time with it when it is young in order to form a special bond. They also need plenty of room to roam, as well as a pool of some sort to swim in since they are semi-aquatic. Capybara need a steady diet of grass, as well as plenty of fresh drinking water to keep them both healthy and happy. And they can be territorial at times and could bite both you or your friends if they feel threatened.
Another popular exotic animal that is often domesticated is the chinchilla. Chinchillas are nocturnal creatures that come from the south part of Latin America, and they prefer to live in colder climates. Since they were first domesticated or discovered, people have loved having these furry, energetic little creatures around. Chinchillas come in a variety of colors. Most common are silvery gray, but they also come in a white, beige, ebony, or even a violet sapphire. They are very quiet in nature creatures. Chinchillas were domesticated because people would prefer them over guinea pigs or hamsters. They generally have a longer lifespan than guinea pigs, up to 20 years. They are quite friendly and playful and enjoy to be handled. According to ChinchillaFacts.com access on October 23rd, the chinchillas are also known for how docile they are and how little they bite, making them better fitted for younger age children. Although the chinchillas generally require more exercise than other rodent pets, an activity running wheel is highly recommended for these animals in order to keep them happy and healthy. And since they're nocturnal, they usually are more energetic at night. Unlike humans, the chinchillas prefer a diet that tastes better than one that is healthier. They like to eat pizza crust, Cheetos, apples, and other sugary foods. For a healthier diet, they should be fed pre-packaged guinea pig food.
Insects are another crowd-pleasing category of popular exotic pets. One popular pet insect is the Madagascar hissing cockroach. These cockroaches are shiny, round, and oval-shaped with no wings, and they also have 2 antennas or horns. Usually 1.5 to 3 inches in size. Their lifespan is around 2 to 3 years on average, but can live up to 5 years. The horns that they have are very useful because it's how they battle. They'll line up across from each other and then they'll run forward at each other and hit into them as hard as they can. These cockroaches become more active at night when they start to go out and scavenge for food. If they run into trouble, they make a cry for help by forcing air out of their air holes faster than normal, which creates a high-pitched cry. This form of breathing through their holes is similar to almost all other little cockroaches, whereas their form of yelling or crying for help differs. According to exoticpets.about.com, accessed on October 24th, for keeping of the cockroaches, you'll need a 10 to 15 gallon tank, which will comfortably house several cockroaches. Use a secure mesh lid to make sure that they're getting oxygen. Aspen wood shavings are what people typically use for flooring in the tanks, but be sure to stay away from pine or cedar shavings. Also provide a few hiding places for the cockroaches to harbor in. Things like cardboard toilet paper rolls, pieces of cardboard egg cartons, and pieces of driftwood work perfectly. Since the cockroaches are a tropical insect, you should keep their habitat around a temperature of 75 to 90 degrees. The cockroaches should be fed a variety of fresh fruits and vegetables, some including romaine lettuce, carrots, oranges, bananas, tomatoes, squash, celery, and pea pods, which are all common favorites of the cockroaches. The water supply should be out in a shallow dish with an absorbent material such as cotton to prevent the cockroaches from drowning.
Another exotic pet insect is the giant African millipede. According to National Geographic in 2014, they are the largest millipede species, reaching lengths up to 8 to 11 inches. They have a worm-like structure, except they have legs. But the common misconception is that they have thousands, when in reality they only have about 100. They are low-living creatures. They live in warm, damp, and dark environments. They are slow-moving decomposers and can be found under moist debris and old wood, where they feed off the old, rotting wood. Similar to earthworms, these animals are decomposers, therefore it makes it difficult to keep them as a pet. But if you really want to, you can make it work by creating a cage that's forest-like, warm, damp, and dark. The giant African millipede can live anywhere from 7 to 10 years in life. They have 2 main modes of defense. If they feel threatened, they curl up into a tight spiral and this creates an irritating liquid from the pores on their body. This liquid can be harmful if it gets in your eyes or mouth, so you must wash your hands after handling a millipede. Some people are more sensitive to the liquid than others, and some species are more toxic than others. If you were to keep them as a pet, they would get along with one another just fine, so you could keep more than one per tank. These animals are herbivores, so you could feed them decaying wood and mushrooms.
The praying mantis is another popular exotic pet insect. They are usually about the size of a teacup. Despite their small size, praying mantids are actually carnivores. They usually eat moths, crickets, and other insects found in their habitat, but they sometimes also eat other praying mantids. And praying mantids eat by snaring their prey with their long legs. They are typically green or brown, and this makes them well camouflaged since they mainly live on the plants when they're in the wild. According to National Geographic in 2014, their name comes from the appearance that their front legs are in a praying position. Praying mantids are relatively easy insects to keep as a pet. All you need is a small container with a few plants and air holes to keep them healthy and fed. One interesting thing to know if you wish to keep a praying mantis as a pet is that you actually should not feed them every day as you would think with a pet, and you only need to feed them every 1 to 4 days.
Birds are a third category of exotic pets that people like to own. For thousands of years, peacocks have been considered the world's most beautiful of all birds. People became eager to own them. These birds were first originated in southern Asia and Malaysia. Peacocks were then first kept as exotic pets in China and Europe by royalty. Since then, people have been keen to acquire these exotic birds as pets. People consider peacocks a preferable bird to keep as a pet because of their resistance and low tolerance to disease. They are also desired pets because they are able to live in all different types of climates. Peacocks are large, colorful pheasants with tall feathers that spread out in a train that is more than 60% of their body length. The colorful feathers are typically blue or green with colorful markings of gold or red. The blue-colored peacocks generally live in India, and the green ones are generally found in Java or Burma.
A canary is another popular bird pet. According to encyclopedia.com, these birds are one of the more popular cage birds. And most of these birds are usually yellow or orange in color, and they're very popular for their ability to sing. They can live in captivity for 15 years or more. Roberto.com, accessed on October 26th, says that you're not supposed to keep a canary in a round cage as it will give them psychological problems. The ideal cage is rectangular, 30 to 40 inches long, 15 to 20 inches wide, and 25 to 30 inches tall, with bars spacing no more than half an inch. You should consider training your canary for a free flight within a limited area of your home when you're around. This will add enormously to the well-being of the bird, especially if your cage falls on the small side. Fresh water must be available at all times. Never let a canary go without water. If they have no water for as little as 16 to 20 minutes, it could be life-threatening. Use a high-quality seed mix for food. The seed should be fresh. A good way to test if it's fresh is to see if you can sprout a few of the seeds. Fresh seed should sprout easily. The best seed mixes will contain about 80% canary grass, and the rest will be mostly canola and flaxseed.
The sulfur-crested cockatoo is another popular exotic pet bird. According to National Geographic 2014, it has white feathers along with yellow crest and yellow underneath the wings. It has a black bill and black feet. The origin of the bird is northern and eastern Australia along a nearby island, New Guinea. Because of the size and intelligence of this species of cockatoo, it is less easily kept as a pet than smaller animals. The sulfur-crested cockatoos can produce an insane amount of noise, and they need a very large cage. While in America, some Americans think it'd be cool to have some around, they are a harm to the residents of Australia. They live in urban areas and are considered to be pests around the house, such as to house planking and trees, to even cereal and fruit crops. All of the ruckus is often ended up in residents shooting or poisoning the animals. As we are wanting them here in America, in Australia, they are hated more than they are loved. This would make it easy in America if you wanted to keep one as a pet.
There are also many other strange or exotic types of exotic pets. Sugar gliders fit into this strange category of pets. And here we have a picture from salmonpets.wordpress.com in 2014. So this is a sugar glider. And they appear to be a mix between a squirrel and a possum. And sugar gliders are native to Australia and the many surrounding islands in Indonesia. They are extremely small in size, as they are usually 5 to 6 inches when fully grown, and the adults usually weigh 4 to 6 ounces. Sugar gliders are nocturnal creatures, so they may keep you up at night if you wish to have them as a pet. They are the only living mammals that are capable of gliding. According to SeaWorld.org in 2014, a sugar glider can glide as far as 148.5 feet with one single jump off of a tree. As an owner, you have to spend a considerable amount of time bonding with your sugar glider so that it follows and listens to you. A sugar glider's diet consists of fruits, vegetables, insects, mice, or other small mammals found in Australia or Indonesia. And since sugar gliders are still relatively new, being kept as pets, there is still much debate over what they should exactly be fed to keep them as healthy and happy pets.
Hedgehogs are cute, compact, and quiet little exotic creatures, making them one of the easiest exotic pets to keep. They are native to Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, and they live under rocks or in burrows. Hedgehogs were first domesticated as pets because of the easy care they require, and their tame behaviors, perfect for owners of all ages. They appear to be sharp and menacing from the prickles sticking out on their back, but they are almost harmless. Hedgehogs rely upon their hearing and smell because they have weak eyesight. People consider hedgehogs useful pets because they prey on common garden pests like insects, snails, frogs, and other snakes. Hedgehogs actually have quite fuzzy bellies and are not sharp or harmful when you hold them the right way.
The marmoset monkey is another uncommon or strange exotic pet. According to Britannica, marmosets have been kept as pets since the 17th century. They make for popular pets due to their small size, much like that of a squirrel. They are found in the wild throughout South America. Marmosets are actually more common to be born as twins than they are to have single births. MarmosetCare.com, accessed on October 26, states that in captivity, marmosets need to be provided with a wide range of appetizing and nutritious food. This could be difficult as marmosets are selective eaters. Animal protein, which will be things like insects, mealworms, boiled chicken, and hard-boiled eggs, are essential. Also, fresh and dried fruit, vegetables, seeds, and nuts are all important components to their diet. Marmosets should have access to as much water as they wish to drink. Vitamin D3 should be given as a supplement, as the marmosets cannot make it in their own body. And make sure to feed the monkeys several times a day to match their natural eating habits. Marmosets are susceptible to problems related to diet, for example, problems with their teeth, being underweight or overweight. These are especially true when the monkeys are kept as pets. There are many popular exotic pets we see being domesticated as pets. Whether they are as common as guinea pigs or uncommon as the marmoset monkey, people seem to enjoy the company of these exotic animals in their everyday lives.
There are many rodents, insects, birds, and other strange or uncommon exotic pets that can be found as domesticated animals. Hopefully you are inspired by us to adopt one of the many exotic pets that exist, and with some information we gave you, basic knowledge and care will be no problem.
Yeah.